Well, at least we found that out. That's good.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We have good news this morning. Well, semi-good news. Semi-good news. We'll let Shannon tell you what it is.
Oh. No, my mind is still recovering from yesterday.
Okay, well, we have found the N-scale traveling boxcar.
Woo!
And Ron Marsh sent an email and sent back an email reply. And he had accidentally packed it up before he went on his trip, a year ago, I guess, the disaster trip that he went and did. Anyway, it's going to get sent on to the next recipient. The tempering news with that is the Google Doc that had everybody's name on it, where it was going, got erased. So
not pointing any fingers.
It's supposed to go. We don't know who's supposed to be on it that hasn't gotten it yet. What is this?
Not pointing any fingers.
Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't matter how it got erased or any of that good stuff. But anyway, if you haven't received the N-scale or the HO scale boxcar yet, and you still want to, they're still out there. They're still moving. We just need you to resubmit your name and information. And
I'll probably create a new Google Doc.
Yeah, we'll get Shannon to do a new Google Doc, so that we can put it back up on the video, and then we'll maybe set that up next week. Maybe Shannon, you think you can get it done in a week?
I could probably do it during the show.
Well, anyway, we'll get it up and we'll let you know, and you can go into the video again and put your name and information in so it can get to you. So on that note,
just a quick thought there, Claude. Maybe you should put a link to the video in the comments as well, so people can actually go back in there and find the video.
I was going to kind of wait till Shannon had that ready to go, but we can.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and stick it in here.
People can save it for later.
This is the link to the video for it. And I'm assuming that's for both scale cars. So there's the link to it. And the doc file, the very first link and the description doesn't work. That's the one that got erased.
Ooh.
So again,
I think I actually just found a copy.
Oh, that'll be great. Then just set a new link and go ahead and put it in the video.
Oh, it's got.
What?
Yeah.
Can you get into the video?
No, it's just a copy of what I originally had from Simon, and I gotta actually make it active.
Well, you work on that.
Yep.
We'll throw you a banana if you figure it out. Anyway, so with that news, like I say, it's good news, but it's tempered a little bit. But we will get it on, but we'll need your names and stuff, your information again, for those that haven't had it yet. Anyway, Steve, I'm gonna let you say hi to everybody.
No, I'm just looking forward. I was just trying to say hi to John, our favorite pilot, but anyway, yeah. Good morning, John. Dwight Curley, Roy from Schuylkill River Valley, John. Hello, John Tanzello, Dwight Curley, Al Marr. Oh, I think that's it so far.
Bernard's here.
Bernard's here. I thought I said Bernard.
Roy Eltham, did you get Roy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get John Tanzillo?
I did.
Yeah. Now they've all been gotten twice. See
how
lucky you guys are? That shows you how much we care.
Oh, man. It's cold out here, man. It's winter time. It's freezing but cold in this place.
Roy says there's an L in his last name.
Eltham. Because he said Roy Eltham instead of Eltham. I think that's how he pronounced it.
Yeah, well.
Didn't I say that?
Roy, it's not as bad.
Yeah,
as
I think you.
Roy Eltham. Yeah.
There you go. Pronounce my last name.
Oh, I can't pronounce yours.
Oh, and then I mistyped it. That shows you how dyslexic I am.
Well, I know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to pronounce it.
What are you doing? No,
Well, my sister was here a couple weeks ago. We couldn't figure out why our great grandfather shortened it.
Go back to sleep.
But anyway.
Oh, Gus is up. He's not.
Oh, goody.
He's supposed to be sleeping.
Well, he can watch you maybe.
Gussie.
I'll get it. Come here, pup.
So anyway, guys, that's where we're standing on that, and we don't have any other subject today. So tell us what you want to talk about.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Okay, go to sleep.
Hey, John, it was 95 here yesterday.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty warm. Uh-oh, Shannon got the docks up. Is this the one going to work now?
I just need to see if it works, so I just chucked it in the
Okay.
chat.
I'm going to try
Do you
it
need
now.
me to put? Do you need me to put it on the video, or can you get that?
No, if whoever, as I said, if a couple of people just click on that link and so I can see if it's going to work.
Oh, I can
Hey.
click on it. There we go.
It works.
Oh, that's not. If I click on it, it puts it on the screen.
I got it.
Yeah, but I want to see if like filling it out works.
Oh, hang on. Maybe I should. I haven't had the N-scale one. I'm going to try that.
This butt's almost 40 pounds now.
Well, he weighs almost as much as you, Steve.
Oh my! Not even close. Not even close. You're not going to spend an hour in my lap.
John,
Yes.
John said it works for him.
Roy Eltham, we got him in there.
So it's working?
Yep, I now know where Roy lives. Does anyone else
There
on
you
that?
go. Okay. Well, I'll stick that link. If you can't do it, I'll put it in the description of that video. And
Yeah, do that. But yeah, it's now working, and I think it's attached to my email.
see, I can't click on that from here. If I click on it, it just puts it on the screen. So I can't click on it to copy it.
Well, Roy Eltham's added himself there twice now.
See, and I can't copy it off there either. Yeah, see, I can't copy it off of here because I can't. If I click on it, it just puts it on the screen.
Hang on.
Yeah, John, I should go to Texas.
Message it to me, Shannon, then I can put it on there from there.
Put it in the private chat. You
Or
can
the
get it from
private
there
chat,
then.
either way, yeah.
Yeah, either Texas or Florida, John. Why are you shaking?
Okay.
He's cold. He's up here shivering.
He's there to suck the warmth out of you, Steve.
I've got the heater on, but it's not working very good. He's up here shivering. It's okay. Come on.
Okay, talks amongst yourselves. I'm going to go in there and see if I can put this.
I got nothing to say.
Why not? Tell him what you were telling me earlier.
What was I telling? Oh, about the engine?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just. Well, I was showing Claude. I made some. Template running boards. From the I can't use the brass ones until I make sure I know exactly where those things are mounted. So I made some. I haven't done an update, but they're just kind of 1/4-inch fiberboard, so I know where these running boards are going to go. And I got to mount. I've got to mount the injector, and everything's built off these running boards. So that's kind of like the backbone of the locomotive. Train wreck. The backbone of that locomotive. I can't do anything until those running boards are rock solid. So I've got to make sure the placement for those is right where they need to be to build the cab floor, which is all brass. And then all the piping and valving will work around that. And that's kind of where I am on it. I haven't done an update because I have been super busy painting my house for the last month, which I told Claude I just got done. So that's what I've been doing. And dog sitting.
And dog sitting.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing that too. I've got 2 of them in here and 1 in the other room. Anyway, the link is in the video now. So re-sign up if it hasn't gotten to you yet, either one of them, re-sign up on the dock so we know where it needs to go next. I think that's probably why it hasn't moved very much. Even the HO boxcar hasn't moved much, and that's probably why it didn't know where to send it. So anyway, John Tanzilla says Tesla's moving their headquarters to Austin. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Not at all. Although we get into that too far, and the reasons for it would start getting into politics. So, Bernard says having a hard time making comments. Dang phone.
Screwed you.
I understand, Bernard. I think that sometimes too. Exactly that.
So what do y'all want to talk about this morning?
John's in Puerto Rico. We're about in Puerto Rico, John. Are you in
How's that go again, Claude?
Did you watch Home Improvement with Tim Allen?
I did.
They were always talking about getting rid of the kids and going to Puerto Rico.
I love
it was years ago that I watched that. That's old.
Oh, I saw him on stage.
Showing your age now, Claude.
I saw him on stage when that show, it was in its first year, and I had seen him on stage on TV at like the Improv. And so when he came to town, I got tickets, and my wife and I went. And hour and a half, he did an hour and a half, and our faces were hurting. We were laughing so hard. Everybody coming out of there with tears coming down their face.
Oh, I love that.
It's hysterically funny. Oh, nice, Shannon. Is that all 3D printed?
No.
I thought he was going to tout something else on the 3D printer. Is that what you put the speaker into?
That's a model I'm going to be converting from HO into N scale.
What?
From HO into N.
You got to explain that.
Yeah.
It
I can
requires me to
understand
take a
going the
lot
other
of
way.
photos. You take a lot of photos. You convert the photos from color to wireframe, so it basically outlines all the shapes.
Okay.
And then you kind of use that wireframe like a blueprint. And then you put it in the software, and then you measure it accordingly.
Wow.
Okay. So you're gonna print the body of it and stuff, and then put it on an N-scale running mechanism.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the bedroom.
So you're not actually converting that logo.
No.
You're gonna make one after that, patterned after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be taking photos of it from every angle to do so.
Yeah. Well, that's what had me confused. When you said you were going to convert that to N-scale, I'm like, that's going to look really
Well, technically I am, because I'm taking photos of it and going, okay, I need to shrink it by so much percentage.
Yeah. I could see if you were going to make if you were going to take an N-scale running gear and make an HO logo out of it, then yeah, it's just a narrow gauge. It'd just be a narrow gauge engine, but
no,
to go the other way would be kind of strange. Hang on a second. Make it bigger here.
Claude, make him bigger.
Like that?
It's so pretty. He's so pretty.
Yeah. It'd be better if we didn't see his hair in it.
All I hear from your voice is that you want to buy one.
No.
I can't justify it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. It's not British, but it's Australian, so you know.
Ow.
Actually, I think from memory, it is actually built in England or Ireland.
Oh, there you go. then I can do another one from Home Improvement. But it's British.
It's British. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's British.
Yeah.
Andreas, you want to go on the TV?
Hello, Chris.
I'm going to mute
Hi,
myself.
kids.
Hello, Crystal.
Sounds just like you, Shannon.
Yeah. Always whining. What?
Oh,
Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay, you can make
Yeah, I
Shannon
was going to say, you can
smaller
make me smaller
again.
again now.
Yeah.
Al wants to talk about coming up with a track plan. He's on his 7th rebuild.
Uh-oh.
Al, that sounds like you just need to make up your mind,
Oh,
dude.
dear.
Yeah.
No. I got an idea. Hang on. Wait. Al, take me off big screen. It's
Yeah.
It's more fun when Shannon's on big screen now.
okay. Alma, first question is, what railroad you normally model or prefer to model? 2, how long of a run or how long of a layout can you build? And 3, would you be happy with point to point?
Well, that's what you're building. Point to point.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If Al is happy with all those 3 things, he can go down the road I'm going on by actually taking a physical plan that actually exists and build it to scale.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're talking about in the real world?
Yeah,
a track plan in the real world down to scale. Yeah. Well, that's
I can see
Al
where-
doesn't like point to point.
No point to point. He wants
Okay,
to
well, I can't help him then.
Well, you don't have to do point to point. You can always do loop to loop. You know, mine's loop to loop and point to point, depending on which gauge I'm in. But yeah, you could do a loop to loop, which would be like a point to point, but with loops on each end. But you have to have a place to put the loops, the return loops.
The return loops
work.
do take up a lot of space.
Yes, they do.
Unless you want to watch them run around in circles like I do.
That's why they're in my mountain. You only see part of one of the loops, and that's on the bridge, and the other one's completely hidden. So, but it works for what I wanted.
I can see where Al is coming from, though, because I've got several different ideas in my head for layouts, but I've already got my own layout, so I can't really justify building any others, but I'd really like to.
Yeah. And John Chanzilla says you also need square feet of the layout, plus minimum aisle widths and minimum radius info. That's way too much planning, John.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did do minimum aisle widths on mine while I was doing it, but it wasn't like, okay, I didn't have a list. Okay, this is what the radius has to be. This is what I didn't do that. I'm more of a plan on the fly kind of guy, which I know a lot of people can't do that or don't want to do that. And I fully understand that.
Anyway, on another side note, hey, Ali, did you see what locomotive came back into commission in Victoria?
Which one?
That would be a no.
R707.
No.
Was it? No? Which one?
Hang on.
He's trying to find a picture.
I hope that's what he's doing. Okay.
What
Is that popping up?
A
Because I can't
D3.
see
Well,
anything.
is that not the one that you got there that you were going to change?
No, the
It's a
one that I've got
K-class.
here is the one that replaced that one.
Ah,
Oh, it's
But
a
in
K-class without
particular-
the smoke deflectors.
Okay, a little bit of a backstory. K183 has recently rebuilt after 20 years being in storage after it was involved in an accident with a truck whilst it was carrying a wedding party.
Nice.
Yeah, when it hit the truck, because the truck didn't give way, the safety valve snapped. Before the impact, the bride and groom were actually in the cab with the driver and fireman. And just before the accident, the groom threw his wife out of the cab, out of the locomotive. And then when the crash happened and the safety valve snapped, all 3 men in the cab died of burns from the steam pressure.
Wow.
Other than that, there was a few injuries on the rest of the train from the wedding party, but that was that. And that was the color blue she was painted. I'll see if I can find other photos.
Why did they restore her after all that? What a horrible story.
Yeah, not a good
thought they
story.
just
You're bringing
leave
us
her.
down, Shannon.
Well, they did the same thing. I was watching a thing on YouTube about the centennials, and the last centennial, the one that the UP has now running. I think it was in 2020. It was involved in a grade crossing accident with a gravel truck that killed the driver and killed the conductor in the cab of the locomotive. And they restored it. So it's, you never know, but look up the history of the 6936. That was kind of gruesome. That thing looked pretty bad.
So this is the official report that you can find on the internet if anyone's interested. It's got all the photos, what's happened. That's what the cab looked like.
Ooh.
You can see
Melted.
she hit her hard. That's the trailer of the truck.
Oh, you're bringing back memories.
Not good.
Yeah.
Well, there's never a train accident that's good. That's for sure.
No.
Yeah. Because the driver and fireman didn't do anything wrong when they approached the railroad crossing. But the B double was like, nah, I can make it like I always do.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wow.
Okay, back to
Did any-
better note. Oh, go ahead.
Were there consequences? Did the truck driver get fined?
Probably.
I'll go back into it. Hang on.
Should have. If he was running in front of the train, he should have. Yeah. He would have here. I know that.
Yeah, find a picture of the 6936 after the grade crossing accident in 2020.
Anyway, Al's got a 12 by 2 foot rail yard to start. And his challenge is he has 3 doorways.
Ooh.
In a new part of the basement.
That's tricky.
Yeah, it's going to call for either lift ups or lift outs or something like that, or duck unders, which I opted for not a duck under. I made a lift up. It's much easier to get in and out.
Hey, it's cousin Vinny, BNSF 6951. Good morning.
And then John's got a good. John's got, and you've probably seen a lot of these John Armstrong books, but there's a lot of different track plans in that. And even if you don't pull a track plan completely, getting ideas from one is great. I don't know how many of those kind of books I looked at, and I finally found something close to what I needed, and then I just tweaked it a little bit from there. For my main layout, not the actual layout or all the narrow gauge stuff, but for the main loop to loop that I was needing. So, good morning, Vinny. So anyway, Shannon's bringing us down on train accidents.
Yeah.
Okay, so reading the article, no actions were taken against the truck driver because even though he had clear view of where the train is and whatnot, he might have not been aware the train was approaching due to this loud engine noise inside the cab and the fact that he was making a right-hand turn and was preoccupied making sure that his two trailers were turning properly.
That's not good enough.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, mind you, the train driver blew the whistle according to railroad regulations. So, one long whistle, and then as it's approaching closer, more whistles.
Yeah.
And he still didn't hear it, and it hit the train hit the truck at 40 kilometers an hour, which, if I go back to the article, which I don't know what's going on here,
not that hard.
Yeah, see, that's the thing here in the States. Ignorance doesn't get you out of something like that.
No.
You can't plead ignorant or that you didn't know or that,
30 miles an hour.
You're still going to be held responsible if it was your fault. Yeah, that's fast enough, obviously.
Yeah, 30 miles an hour. He was approaching from the west. He had a clear view.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, apparently he didn't hear the train. He didn't see the train.
Well, then he wasn't looking.
He wasn't paying attention then.
He wasn't looking.
No, he was more preoccupied with what his truck was doing and what he couldn't hear.
Yeah, anytime you're crossing a rail crossing, I don't care what else you've got that you're supposed to be paying attention to. First thing, you got to make sure that there's no train coming.
Especially if you're trying to jump your truck.
You're going to lose that. You're going to lose that battle every time.
I had a car accident back when I was 21, and it was back when I was living in Wagga Wagga, New South Wales, and it was pouring down rain, absolutely torrential rain, like monsoon rain. And I was on a 4-lane road. I was in the center lane, and I wanted to move into the next lane. So I'm watching my mirror, and all these cars come flying past me. I'm looking for my gap so I can get in there. I'm watching the mirror. I don't see a white car in front of me with no headlights on. So I hit the brakes. I aquaplaned, ran into the back of him. I was still at fault because I ran into the back of him, but it is still my fault, even though I did not see him. I did not know he was there because I was busy watching my mirror. It's the same deal with this truckie. It doesn't matter if he was watching his mirror with this truck, with his trailers. He should have still been aware of all the other vehicles around him, especially when you're coming up to a crossing.
Yeah.
Situational awareness. That's the buzzword.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
If you're the operator of the vehicle, then it's your responsibility for your vehicle. And if your vehicle's not where it's supposed to be at any given time, it's going to be your fault, or should be your fault.
Did you say aquaplaning?
Aquaplaning.
Aquaplaning, yeah.
Aquaplaning.
Yeah, we say hydroplaning.
Or hydroplane. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Y'all drive on
wheels lock up and you slide across the surface.
Yeah.
And then for any of you that have never done that in a car, don't wish for it because it's not fun. But the biggest thing you don't do is overcorrect.
Nope.
Just hang on.
Hold it straight.
Hold it straight as you can. Don't hit the brake. Just let off the gas and don't hit the brake. And
it's just like
the easiest way to describe it is like being on a jet ski and you try and make a sharp turn.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work.
Or black ice. Oh God. You got it.
Yeah, hydroplaning is no fun. I've done it one time and it was just for a second or two, but it was enough. And I was starting into the other lane and we were getting ready to go around the corner on the highway. And my car was starting to get into the other lane and there was another car there. And I still remember the look on the lady's face looking at me like, what was I doing? But I just held it straight because if you try to turn, it just makes it worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Going down. Oh, that dog is too freaking big.
Oh, there you go, Bernard. Reno air races, no crashes this year. That's good. Now, my grandson's funny car race in Sacramento had 4 200-mile-an-hour wrecks. Oh, Well, that kind of goes with the territory. Same thing with Reno air races. When you're pushing vehicles like that, and you make one little mistake or one little thing breaks, it can have really bad consequences. That's why I don't do those things.
Actually, it's funny. Me and a workmate of mine were actually doing the math. In drag races, when the car actually goes full throttle down the quarter mile, the engine only turns like 80 times before it gets to the end.
Yeah.
Interesting fact.
So anyway, yeah. So what else do you guys want to talk about this morning?
Yeah.
Besides gloom and doom that Shannon brought amongst us.
What
There's
about
a-
challenges?
There's a fly in here that won't go away.
I
He's
I was just
buzzing by
thinking-
my face.
I was just thinking about the challenges because I did a video of as many challenges as I could recently, and what popped up in my YouTube algorithm thing, more people still doing challenges. I thought it'd be well and truly over and done with, but there's more challenges still popping up.
I'm still working on one.
Vinny didn't understand you, Shannon. Try to speak English.
What did he not understand?
You have to get used to talking to Shannon.
Your comment on the drag races.
You see,
I'm
all speak
pretty sure
English.
that's what he's talking about.
We all speak English, and Shannon speaks Shannon.
Oh, there you go.
I like that.
It took me a long time to understand Shannon.
About the drag races, he says. What was the comment you made about the engine at the drag races?
Me and a workmate worked out that from start to finish, the engine only turns like 80 times or so.
Really?
Yeah.
80 revolutions.
Whoa.
I'll have to double check the math again, but when you look at the gear ratios, it doesn't turn that many times.
If it's got enough power, it wouldn't have to. If it's got enough torque.
The engine does more revolutions sitting at the starting line than it does down the quarter mile.
Yeah. I can understand that because the gearing on the car is probably such that it takes advantage of all the torque the engine puts out. So it wouldn't have to turn very much. It probably turns a lot more when they get off the gas at the end.
Yeah, when they signal into neutral.
Yeah.
Welcome, Crazy Joe 67.
Bernard says, anyone catch the gathering of touring locomotives up in Colorado? I wish I could have been there. Toyman and his wife were up there. They put some good videos out on it for any of you that might be interested in seeing that. They were pretty good videos. We were talking about that before the show. Now, see, Vinny says not true, Shannon. This does 8,000 RPM at the finish.
Yeah, the cable's doing
I'll let you
8,000
guys argue
RPM,
that.
but when you consider the circumference of the wheel, the gear ratio, and the diff, down to the engine, how fast the engine's spinning, you do the math, it doesn't spin that much. I'm going to try and look at the math.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it because I don't know. So,
well, you got to
math's not my
understand,
strong suit.
Claude. Me and Vinny are both car guys.
Oh, Crazy Joe made it. Hey, Crazy, how you doing?
And Steve 87th.
John Anderson. Good morning,
Mr.
John.
Anderson.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. We're gonna stay on this because they're gonna jump all over you, Shannon. That's too much math for me.
Okay, so even though an engine is capable of doing 10,000 RPM in 4 seconds, it'll only turn 600 times before it hits the end of the quarter mile.
Wow.
So at 10,000 RPM, it'll only turn 600 times down the quarter mile from start to finish in 4 seconds.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
all
it's
about
4 seconds,
how
not
long
60
that,
seconds.
it's all about how long that quarter mile takes to cover. You know. Of course, does that count? That doesn't count if they what do they call that at the start? If they smoke the tires at the start, because then they're
Actually, the
turning.
engine probably does more revolutions doing that than it does down the
Yeah,
quarter
that's what I
mile.
was going to say. Yeah, that wouldn't count those type of runs.
No,
But
especially the people where they light it up and they go halfway down the quarter mile anyway, just lighting up the tires.
yeah, and then they get down there and don't have any tires left. Yeah. Bernard's got a question for me here. What did you see? The
Roy's
first
calling
time
you out.
ever was on main rail.
Calling who out?
If you're talking about
you,
it,
Shannon.
Bernard, if you're talking about in those videos, yeah, I saw a little bit of that. If I remember the video right, they were double heading, I think. But I didn't know that was the first time the Glen book had ever been on there. I must not have been paying attention close enough. But I had seen the Palisade Eureka before. I'd seen it up in Durango. And it's not a very big engine. So if they had to pull any kind of grade, which both of those narrow gauge lines have grade from the start point. If you got to pull much up the grade, they can't pull very much by themselves, for sure, especially with the regular size passenger car. So
that Eureka doesn't weigh anything. That thing
no.
is so light.
Well, and the Glenbrook's not much bigger. I think it was slightly bigger. It may be a 10-wheeler. I don't remember now offhand, but yeah, that's not a lot of pulling power for a grade if you've got to pull those large passenger cars up the grade.
Well, and they had a video of those two double-headed, and I don't think I'd ever seen what that damn fly. That front bar, that pilot bar actually being used between to tie the locomotives together.
Yeah,
which is kind of interesting. I never seen that used. No way.
Steve's starting to lose it.
No,
Welcome to Australia, Steve.
I'm grasping things. No, I got the flipping fly in here. Will not leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably did some of that back in the day.
Yeah.
But those locos actually predated the narrow gauge lines in Colorado quite a bit. The narrow gauge lines started getting laid down in the 1880s, and they were already getting the larger locomotives than the Americans. But they wouldn't have put those up in the mountains anyway, because they couldn't pull anything. They couldn't pull anything on grade. So I can't see them even bringing them up there to run back in the day. They just wouldn't have been efficient enough, and that's why they built all the ones they built to run in the mountains. But even those, they had to double head a lot of times.
Right.
A lot of those small consolidateds and stuff, and the C19, C16, C17s, all those, they had to double head those a lot of times, depending on what they're pulling. But they were pulling ore for the most part. Pasture sometimes, but mainly ore, and that's going to be, pretty heavy. So they're either not going to pull very many cars at one time, or you're going to have to double head them. Now going down grade, they may have to have them for that too. I'm not sure what they were doing with those before they came out with air brakes. When did the air brakes come about? When did Westinghouse come up with it?
Gosh, that was the later 1800s, I think.
Yeah, I knew it was toward the turn of the century, but until they had that and they had manual brakes on them, I'm not sure what a brakeman did on an ore train. Because on a passenger train or box cars, they run down the roof and hit the brake wheels, but they couldn't do that on a ore car. So I'm
Westinghouse
not sure
air brakes were patented on April 13th, 1869.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Little
Well,
early.
they may have had them then on the ore cars. Would have been smart anyway, but yeah, because it would have been tough for a fireman to hop from car to car on an ore car that was running away.
Well, they probably would have put running boards over the top of them.
Yeah, well, you would think.
Maybe.
They're still talking about RPMs and car motors.
They're off topic.
That's what we're all about. Off topic.
Well, Bernard says last time he saw the Glen Brook, it never had brakes. Does now.
Well, you know, most
I can't
of
answer
the
that.
Americans, they didn't have brakes. They didn't have locomotive brakes. They used the reverse gear, the Johnson bar, as the brake.
Okay. So just reverse it and hope it stops, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
Spin them
No,
wheels.
thank you. Well, see, that's another reason I wouldn't want to be in the mountains with them.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have some way to stop the train coming down the hill, you'd be in bad trouble, which I'm sure they had several runaways. But I've read stories about when they were going up to places like Telluride and they were still using the link and pin couplers and they'd lose cars and they'd roll that back down. And there's stories of them going quite a ways before they either went off the rail or stopped.
Sure.
So, yeah, that would have been the fun days of being a brakeman. Jumping from
Yeah, no, they were a dime a dozen. They were dispendable.
Well, they say it was the most dangerous job on the train.
Yeah.
Was brakeman back then. So
Apparently, it was pretty rough too because you've always got the slack in the train as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like
how many fingers you had? I mean, a brakeman with 5 fingers on each hand was either lousy as a job or was new.
Yeah, that's true. They did lose their fingers and hands a lot. But I'd always wondered why, they show all the narrow gauge cars and the models and stuff, and the brake wheels sticking up 4 foot above the top of the car, and that was why, because it had to be up there by that roof walk so the brakeman could get to it and turn and throw the brakes on it. Anyway, no, I wouldn't want to have to do that.
Oh no, if they fell off, they didn't even go back and get them. They just left them.
Oh, I have so many comments for that, but I'm not gonna go there.
Claude.
We need to leave Shannon's hair somewhere. It's in
I'll leave my hair out of this.
by the way.
He's got the widow people working.
Well, we haven't got the usual people having a go at his hair tonight. I was going to say today
That's true.
and tonight,
Where's Roy?
and
We need
Kevin
Roy
Cook
in
tonight.
Yeah, Roy Hardwick's not here to harass you.
Well, Heath's not here. Hey, John, Grandpa's here.
Hey, morning, John.
Good to see you sneak in. For those of you that did not hear us earlier in the broadcast, we have found the N-scale boxcar. Ron Marsh had accidentally packed it away in some stuff and forgot about it when he went on his trip to work trip that he had to do at the time. So anyway, he's got it back out. It's fine and well, not fine and well. It's good and well. Let's put it that way.
And he apologized to everybody, but that sounds like
he did apologize profusely for it. And we have got the link on the video for the boxcar, which I need to put back in here.
Oops, that way. In the chat.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in the chat. Oop, I don't want to do that. I want to copy it.
Honestly, that sounds like something I would do.
Okay, here's the link to the video. And in the first link in the description, you can re-enter your information if you have not received one of the cars yet, because that file got accidentally erased and Shannon just fixed it.
Revived
so
it.
we can get your information again, and the cars can move forward then again. So if you haven't received it, go in there and put your information in, which means I got to do it again, I guess. But anyway, that's the good news. And Shannon fixed the bad news on it. So.
Well, Shannon, I got news for you. I just got a message from Roy, and he said he is lurking. So.
That's creepy.
Roy, you
And
can't
all I'm doing right
harass
now is I'm just working on my 3D file.
Yeah, but Roy can't harass you if he's lurking.
That's true. That's true.
So we should
He's
do
probably
it.
driving, that's why.
I know he can't see the video, because if he could see the video, he would pull over and make comment on that.
Oh, yeah. One of your better hair days.
I don't
least
think you
he
can call
shaved.
it a better hair day.
That's true. At least he shaved.
Oh, I
I
thought
shaved
he was
because of the
washing his face.
same bloody masks I have to wear.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
Yeah. They just rough up my face and then I get like ingrowns and stuff, and
At least you don't have to wear
pretty.
glasses and a mask. That sucks. When you wear a mask and you've got to wear glasses like me.
I only shave about twice a month. You know, as soon as it gets bushy and the wife starts to complain, then I shave it.
Steve, it looks like a toupee that would get returned, I think.
Oh, oh, burn.
You know, who was that comedian?
Want some
back
ice for that?
Steve, who was that comedian back in the day? Marty. His name was Marty. I can't remember his name. His first name was Marty, but he had hair like Shannon's, real, dark, thick hair like that. But it was probably about 2 inches longer than Shannon's is.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't remember his last name. His first name was Marty something, but
yeah,
look, that's what it looks like. Looks like his hair. Steve wants to know, is it glued on? Is it just blowing the wind?
What are those little Muppet things that were stuck to rocks and they had the little hair and stuff? They were like a little puppet. They were like little puppet things that were stuck to rocks, and they had little fuzzy hair.
Oh, Chia Pet.
Little eyes. Sorry?
Chia Pet? Oh,
No.
You're talking about the little toy things.
No. They were on a TV show. They were like a little puppet, and they moved, but they were stuck to rocks and stuff. What was the name of
I don't
that?
know, but that's creepy.
Yeah, what was the name of that show? I know who you're talking about. I think, but man, that was a long time ago.
It was a kids'
Roy's
cartoon.
Yeah, Roy's here. Okay.
Oh, he's home. Been out 4 weeks. I'm tired. What's that red thing sticking up behind your head there, Shannon?
What?
On
This
the
here.
wall. What is that?
It's
Move your
I think
head.
it's a flag.
He's a rooster.
Oh, is that the air conditioner or the heater or something there?
That's
Looks
an
like-
old heater unit, but on it is like one of those to-do task things or chores that you need to do for kids. It's like a magnet thing, and you put chores on it.
Ah, okay. So there you go, Roy. That answers that question.
Yeah.
I'm saddened that he hasn't come up with a comment about your hair though.
Oh, he will.
I thought he just did.
Steve's pulling it for everybody. Steve is in rare form again this week.
It comes from living on the West Coast.
Is that what it is? You got to have a sense of humor to live out there.
Oh, yeah. If you live on the West Coast, you better.
What did Al say? Oh, Chia Pet. Yeah. It does look kind of like a Chia Pet. Except it's not green. Chia Pets were all green.
Wait.
Anyway, Shannon, you need to go to bed, boy.
Yeah.
I do, and I need to get my wife back into bed because, as you can see,
She's crashed on the couch, isn't she?
because the kids decide to wake up.
Well, see, I did that once with my son. Fell asleep in my chair because I was holding him because he'd been irritable. And I was holding him and petting him, and we both fell asleep. He was right here on me, And I went to get up and ended up breaking my foot, tripping and breaking my foot, trying to keep him from hitting the ground. So,
Oh my God.
At least you didn't drop him.
Take the boy away from her first.
Yeah. No, I was going to say it's the time of so Raphael, he's teething, and you know what it's like when kids are teething, they run fevers and stuff. And one of the great things that comes with teething is projectile vomiting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally, I was here on the computer earlier this evening, and I'm just working away, doing my 3D design, and then all of a sudden I just hear Crystal kind of scramble, and then Raphael going, and then just the sound of liquid leaving an orifice and then hitting the floors.
oh, don't.
Oh, yeah.
That brings back horrible memory with my daughter. Oh my God.
Well, I was going to say, Allie, if, I didn't drop him, but if you met him today, you wouldn't swear it didn't happen.
Oh, you're on
No,
fire
I gotta
today.
get a dig in on him too. No, he used to hit the floor a lot with his forehead. I mean, straight down on the forehead.
Yeah,
I've got a picture of him
Blame the
with a
kid.
goose egg right here. Yeah.
Hey,
Blame the kid.
Ron,
It's his
thanks
fault.
again. We did read the email before.
Yes, thanks, Ron. And no sweat. We just didn't know where it was, and it was nice to get your email. And we got the link fixed back on it, so guys are putting their stuff on there, and we'll get it moving on.
Hey, Ron. Yeah, we had a
Thanks
good
again,
laugh.
Ron.
I was telling him that sounds like something I would do. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, especially anymore for just forgetting stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
No, that's right. Like Alex, like if you met Alex, he was the same. Like I remember when he was younger, and he discovered how to open and close drawers. You'd think after the first time he would have learned his lesson, yeah?
You would think.
No, an hour later, he was still going just open, close, open, jam, cry, all good, open, close, open, jam, cry, repeat.
Well,
that's called a learning experience. That's why we're all normal, because we learn from our pain.
But I know what he was doing. He was a guy, and he learned to do something mechanical, and he was going to keep doing it. Yeah, we all do that kind of stuff. It's like we all know better than to pry with a screwdriver, right?
No.
I know better. It doesn't mean I won't do it.
Look at the back of my hand.
Oh, I know. I stuck one in my hand one time, and I knew I was going to do it. I started prying with it, and sure enough.
Oh, it's like me. Like I'll be there with this holding something here, screwdriver, and then.
Yeah.
Well, no, what's worse is doing that going, I really shouldn't do this. This is not, I really should. And then, yeah.
Actually, whilst Ron's here, Ron, this is what an Australian steam locomotive looks like.
She's pretty.
Ali, just buy one.
There you go. Get it back up there.
So pretty.
Ali, you know you're going to buy one.
I know.
Question is, are you going to buy a preserved one, or are you going to buy a different one?
Oh, it'd probably be a preserved one because, I've got the velocity, so.
So it'll be either a
It'd have to be
515 or a 549.
Which one's on the main line? I know one of them's on a branch line somewhere.
No, you got the one in Seymour, and then you got the one in Goldfields.
Yeah. So the Seymour one's the one that. was on the main
The
line.
Seymour one is the oil burner.
The oil burner. Got it.
Yeah.
549.
Yeah, which is
That
That one.
one.
That one. They're 21 pin, right?
John wants to know if it's got a decoder in it.
at the moment it doesn't. I bought it mainly to be a shelf queen, but it won't stay like that for long.
Yeah, but you're not HO.
I got HON3, I got HO, I got N scale American, N scale Australian.
Some of my S-scale stuff.
You're just a model train slut. That's what you are.
Oh,
No, I just have many diseases.
Language.
Many diseases.
Language.
shot fired.
Crazy Joe wants to know if Allie, if you're still doing narrow gauge.
As a
Oh,
matter
I
of fact,
forgot old
am.
school O gauge.
If you look at my channel, I put up a video recently with all the challenges. There's some narrow gauge stuff in there.
Righty.
Also, peoples, don't forget to like, subscribe, and get that bell on. Because we all know how much we love getting that bell on.
Oh no. Are you serious? I'm turning him.
And if you don't like us, don't tell us.
Oh, Steve is on fire today.
You can tell us.
Where's Heath?
Steve sounds like one of those guys I would have been in a foursome with on the golf course.
Yeah.
We were like that with each other all the time, man. You never turned your back on the other three guys because you never knew what was going to happen.
We'll have to get you to come to Train Mountain, Steve, next summer with Claude and me.
Yeah, you have to come down, man. Anyway.
We'll have a good time.
I love it how they're comparing me to Steve. I mean to Heath.
Because it's always your fault.
No, but the thing is,
Yeah, we do
yes,
have to
Heath
blame him.
yeah, Heath has a lot of train stuff and a lot of diseases. But I'll work in a train shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know how to get even with him, Shannon. We get him on the show. So, Steve, you got to come on the show now.
Yep.
So Shannon can get even.
Yes.
I'm not sure how he would do that, but oh, Bernard, the upholsterer showed up to finish the upholstery in the airplane. Well, is that the last thing you got to do? I would think that would be getting close to the very end of your rebuild. In case for those of you that don't know, he was rewired and rebuilt I'm not sure what kind of airplane it is. I don't remember if he told me, but he's a full-size airplane.
Nice. And see, look at that. We killed another hour, and we were worried about it.
I don't ever worry about it. It always ends up.
We weren't worried.
We're never worried.
There you go, Shannon. There's a handy tip from Bernard right there. Safety glasses and mask.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Not with the way my
For the
boots are.
baby or for Shannon?
Yeah. Well, I would hope for Shannon. I wouldn't want to put a mask on a kid that's doing that, but that could get bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, good show today. Glad you guys came by.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's always a blast for me anyway, even if nobody else is having fun.
Yeah, we always have fun.
Hint, 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 Shannon.
Yeah, and I got a boogie. I got to go.
Yeah, Steve's got to get out of here. He's got things he has to do,
Yeah.
like wake his wife up.
I wake the wife up at 8:00, and it's closed.
And Ron, thanks again for finding the car. And guys, again, I'll say if you haven't, put your let me put that up here again. If you haven't received the box
Maybe you
car,
should put it in the description too, Claude.
I did. Oh,
Like,
on
that
this
way.
video?
No, in
I
the
did.
description on the video. Yep.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Oh,
I'll
you
put it
did?
on the. Yeah, I will on this video. I'll put it in this one too.
Down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's also on the. It's in the description now. That link is in the description. Well, that's
In the
the
chat.
link to the. Yeah, I just put it in the chat.
Yep.
Is that the link? That's to the video though, isn't it? Or is that to the
Well,
doc?
it's all in the same place, so it's probably easy to do it that way.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone can watch
Yeah,
the video where
that's the video. So go there, look at the doc, the first link in it, and get your information in there, and it'll get to you.
eventually.
So thanks for showing up, guys. We had a good time, and we'll talk to you next week.
Next week. Later.
See you later.